You may get a little excited when you shop at Burlington.
What a low price! Do you see that? They have my favorite brand! It's like a whole new Burlington! I can buy two!
I'm saving so much!
Burlington saves you up to 60% off other retailers' prices every day. Will it be the low prices or the great brands? Burlington. Deals? Brands? Wow! I told you so. Styles and selections vary by store.
This episode is brought to you by State Farm. Knowing you could be saving money for the things you really want is a great feeling. Talk to a State Farm agent today to learn how you can choose to bundle and save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
This is Optimal Work Daily. All Tasks Are Created Equal by Pullein of Pullein.com. Many years ago, I was convinced I could separate my work life from my home life. I tried to keep my work life completely segregated from my personal life, so much so that I was afraid to put anything remotely personal into my work diary or onto my to-do list. I believed my work tasks should be the only tasks on my to-do list, and my personal life tasks could be kept in my head. The only thing remotely linked to my personal life in my diary at work were the dates of my holidays. I never put personal errands in my to-do list. I never even put doctor or dentist appointments in there either. I really did believe my work life should be completely annexed from anything personal. As I matured over the years, I realized in the real world, all tasks are equal. Whether you need to buy batteries for your TV remote control at home or prepare a presentation for your next big marketing meeting, both tasks are important in their own context. If I'm sitting at home on a Friday night watching an episode of Midsummer Murders after a long, hard week of meetings and appointments, I do not want to discover as I sit down on the sofa with a big bag of chocolates that the TV remote control does not work. Likewise, I do not want to turn up to the important marketing meeting on Friday morning only to remember I was supposed to have prepared a presentation. Each of those tasks in the wrong context may not be important, but in their right context are the only tasks that are important. For example, at 10:30 a.m. on a Monday morning while I'm sitting in the office, batteries for my TV remote control are not important. Likewise, at 9 p.m. on a Friday night, preparation for a presentation next week is not important either. They only become important in the right context. When we obsess over trying to separate our work lives from our personal lives, we drive a wedge through our overall productivity. All the tasks we want to accomplish or must accomplish are important. If we only make a list of our work commitments, our personal commitments fall by the wayside and vice versa. Once I realized that all my tasks, whether they were work-related or personal, were equally important, and I began putting an equal priority to all tasks, I found myself being less stressed and had that wonderful feeling of being in control of all parts of my life. Of course, some tasks are more time-sensitive than others, but in terms of importance, if a task is on my task list, then it is as important as all the other tasks on my list. There will be times when things at home are more important than things at work. For example, if you are having your kitchen renovated and you have workmen in your home for a week, then the work being carried out in your kitchen is going to have a rather high priority. You'll want to check that the work is being carried out to your specifications, and you're going to want to make sure there is little or no overspend. Or if you have a new addition to your family, the new baby is going to be taking on a very high priority in your life as you adapt to having a little one in your home. At that time, and in that context, your personal life is going to be more important than your work life. In my work, consulting with clients on productivity, I see so many people trying desperately to keep their work life out of their personal life. They are the most stressed people I come across. If they just stopped for a moment and looked at what was causing their stress, they would see the error of their ways. Once I show them that by trying to keep these two parts of their lives separate, they are causing themselves additional unnecessary stress, they often see the error and correct the situation. If you keep a task list manager, you can keep your work tasks and your personal tasks separated in different folders, but when any task is due, it'll show up in your to-do list. Or, if you're following the Getting Things Done method, which is linked to in this post, you will be able to deal with all tasks, work or personal, equally by checking the list that you are able to work on at that particular moment. There will be times when you could be on the train going to visit your in-laws and you have an idea for a slide for that marketing presentation. If you have a good task list manager, you can simply pull out your phone, type the idea into your inbox, and close your app. It would take 30 seconds at the most, but the idea has been captured, and you can then relax and get on with the pleasure of visiting your in-laws. Likewise, you could be at work and you have around 15 minutes before your next meeting. Why not go online and order those winter boots you've been meaning to order for a few weeks now? There's nothing to feel guilty about, and it would only take you around 5 minutes to do. If the marketing meeting presentation is important, then set aside some time on a Sunday evening to do some work on it. You only need an hour or so. If the presentation is important enough, then do it. You can always finish an hour or two early one Friday in the future to make up the time if you really want to. You really should not be pressuring yourself unnecessarily. All tasks, whether they are personal or work, are equal. If they need doing today, they need doing today. Modern technology has allowed us to be able to connect to work from home and home from work. We should not be afraid of taking advantage of that by obsessively trying to keep each part of our life separate. You just listened to the post titled "All Tasks Are Created Equal" by Pullein of Pullein.com.
Eczema isn't always obvious, but it's real. And so is the relief from Ebglyss. After an initial dosing phase of 16 weeks, about 4 in 10 people taking Ebglyss achieved itch relief and clear or almost clear skin. And most of those people maintain skin that's still more clear at 1 year with monthly dosing.
Ebglyss, lebrikizumab LBKZ, a 250 milligram per 2 milliliter injection, is a prescription medicine used to treat adults and children 12 years of age and older who weigh at least 88 pounds or 40 kilograms with moderate to severe eczema, also called atopic dermatitis, that is not well controlled with prescription therapies used on the skin or topicals, or who cannot use topical therapies. Ebglyss can be used with or without topical corticosteroids. Don't use if you're allergic to Ebglyss. Allergic reactions can occur that can be severe. Eye problems can occur. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening eye problems. You should not receive a live vaccine when treated with Ebglyss. Before starting Ebglyss, tell your doctor if you have a parasitic infection.
Searching for real relief? Ask your doctor about Ebglyss and visit ebglyss.lilly.com or call 1-800-LILY-RX or 1-800-545-5979.
You know that feeling when someone shows up for you just when you need it most? That's what Uber is all about. Not just a ride or dinner at your door. It's how Uber helps you show up for the moments that matter. Because showing up can turn a tough day around or make a good one even better. Whatever it is, big or small, Uber is on the way. So you can be on yours. Uber, on our way.
And thank you to Carl. His last name, by the way, is spelled Pullein, and I do have his website linked in the episode's description. Carl's a renowned productivity and time management coach who's helped thousands of people now around the world get better at managing their time and become more productive using technology they carry around with them every day. You can check out his podcast, which is called The Working With Podcast. He's also written 3 books on productivity and time management, and he's also got a couple of courses available as well, Time and Life Mastery and Your Digital Life. His purpose is to help people learn how to manage their time so they can enjoy their lives and build a life they're truly proud of. It's likely he'll be featured on Optimal Living Daily as well, so you can check out that show for more. And be sure to come by carlpullein.com to show your support. Again, his last name is spelled Pullein, and you can see more about Carl there on the website, plus links to his podcast, coaching, courses, webinars, books, downloads, you name it. Carl's got it. So again, that's carlpullein.com, and I have that linked in this episode's description. But that should do it for today. Hope you're having a great one. Glad you could join me here, and I'll be right back in this spot tomorrow reading to you, and that's where your optimal life awaits.